As the Sunshine State Conference swimming meet is almost upon us, we decided to take a closer look into the swimming program and the expectations for the upcoming conference meet. Paul Mangin is about to wrap up his 7th season as the head coach of the men and women's swim program here at St. Leo. I read back a few of his records and awards, like the 117 school records, his 16 top 8 NCAA finishes, and his 21 academic All-Americans, and asked him what have those meant to him.
Well, it means we've had a lot of great assistant coaches, and we've been fortunate to attract some really good student athletes. And it also means we have no excuses if we don't continue to produce those kind of numbers. I mean, those numbers are in the past, and my job is, I have a fiduciary duty to these athletes over my shoulder over here to make sure they accomplish the same type of stuff that you've been talking about with those numbers. That's what they mean to me.
And a few of those athletes behind Coach Mangin are a part of this year's senior class. Coach continued on about them and what they have meant to the St. Leo swim program.
I just think that they're exactly what this university, I'd like to think what this university wants head coaches and assistant coaches to bring in. People that are immensely talented, that actualize all their talent, and are great examples of the core values that have been set for us to follow. And I don't know if we're going to be able to find a class that's going to be that impactful, but I think given the contributions that they've made to the program, we'll make that job a little bit easier.
Some of the contributions have also been out of the water and in the classroom. Jumping back 10 plus years ago, it was Coach Mangin in the pool and in the classroom getting it done athletically and academically, as he talks about that spillover effect.
When I was young, my coach always said, what you do in practice is what you'll do in a meet. And how you act every day is how you're going to act, whether it's a test or anything. And so when our athletes are excelling in the pool, it's because they're disciplined and they're methodical and they're planning and they're organizing and they're executing the plans. And so that's how I was coached. That's how I was raised by my parents as well. And so I feel very proud of the fact that I've continued to take all the things I learned from my coaches and my parents and our administrators here at St. Leo, and I'm passing that on to these student athletes, because as great as we are in the pool, we're even better in the classroom, and ultimately that's going to last with them forever.
Paul Mangin isn't just looking to follow what was done in the past, but is looking to set a new bar of expectations.
We're just trying to elevate our standards. Good enough isn't good enough here at this place, and that's really what it's about. We've had some athletes that we use that number to identify people that need a little bit of extra help. And so sometimes that's literally and figuratively. Sometimes they just need a little bit of nudge. And sometimes they need a little bit of expertise. And so that's really why we use that number. And our athletic department has set high academic goals, and the only way that we can reach those goals is if we follow suit.
As we look at some of the other programs in the SSC, like Florida Southern, Nova Southeastern, and Tampa, the teams winning conference championships, I asked the question, what do we need to do to get to their level? And this is what Coach Mangin had to say.
Continue to do what we've done is consistently progress, perpetual improvement. And I think we've shown that. I think more so on the women's side this year. I think the women have made a huge jump, and I think they're going to continue to show that jump at the conference level. So I think it might actually, to be honest with you, be a little bit more easy to see that improvement at the NCAA level. I think we're going to make a more of an impact at the NCAA level versus where we have 5 or 6 slots at the conference level. And so I think that's maybe a little bit more of a better indicator as to how much we are improving.
The improvements that are being made will continue to reflect the individual success on a conference and national level. Coach Mangin talked about what to expect from a team standpoint this coming meet.
Well, when we start our year out and we make our goals, I did put an actual number for NCAA place finish. I believe we want to be top 10 on the men's side and top 20 on the women. I feel like we have the pieces to do that. I think that we're still a few years away from pushing for a conference championship.
The Lions look to make a splash as the Sunshine State Conference meet begins this Thursday, February 18th, and runs through Sunday, the 21st.